Deborah Liu, Take Back Your Power, 10 New Rules for Women at Work. Embark on a transformative journey to workplace productivity and personal success with Take Back Your Power, 10 New Rules for Women at Work by Deborah Liu. This book summary delves into the intricacies of identifying meaningful objectives, overcoming internal limiting beliefs, and utilizing Microsoft Outlook as an organizing tool. Discover how you can align your personal goals with your company's mission, manage interruptions effectively, and maintain a seamless workflow with the help of the MPS cycle of productivity and the integrated management system. Get ready to unlock your potential and take back control of your life.
Productivity, doing the right things. Many managers misunderstand productivity by thinking it means completing many tasks daily. However, real productivity involves accomplishing the right things. To identify the right activities, organizations must set meaningful objectives. Clear goals help people understand which data to collect, what to decide, and how to organize, plan, prioritize and allocate time. The objectives a person sets determine how productive they are. To improve productivity, one must overcome internal limiting beliefs that hinder it. For example, it's essential to recognize it's impossible to handle all the incoming information. Responding to every request is also a limiting belief that must be addressed. Positive precepts can replace negative ones that limit productivity. Having discipline is a choice, and a person can create limits to manage interruptions successfully. Anyone seeking to boost their productivity can modify the way they handle their responsibilities, and they can use Microsoft Outlook and MPS cycle of productivity and its MPS integrated management system. Creating a productive Outlook. The book emphasizes the use of Outlook as a tool to help achieve meaningful objectives. It advocates for setting major goals and breaking them down into single-step activities called strategic next actions, SNAs, which do not require dependencies. The book advises against filling your to-do list with tasks that don't link to your objectives. Instead, it emphasizes focusing on completing your SNAs using the 4-step MPS cycle of productivity program. The 4 steps are: developing meaningful objectives and execution plans, planning for strategic next actions, scheduling and completing those strategic actions, and routinely reviewing and adjusting your activity plan. Additionally, you are encouraged to align your meaningful objectives with your company's goals and post them in your to-do list as overarching priorities. Productivity Pyramid. The book outlines a productivity program structured as a pyramid called the MPS Action Hierarchy Model. This model lists the company's mission and value statements at the top, followed by unifying goals that should span at least a year, contain measurements, and fulfill the company's mission. Personal meaningful objectives are on another level, followed by supporting projects, tasks, and subtasks at the pyramid's base. The book warns against common disruptions to productivity, such as too many goals, constantly changing priorities, and too much information, and suggests being proactive by scheduling work periods to avoid interruptions. Integrated Management System. The Integrated Management System, IMS, is composed of 3 parts: the collecting system, reference system, and action system. By using Microsoft Outlook's control panel, IMS can manage both work and personal goals. IMS enables coordination of unifying goals, meaningful objectives, supporting projects, tasks, subtasks, and strategic next actions. Outlook covers both business and personal activities, but users must ensure their company's policies allow tracking of both personal and professional productivity. To use IMS, link it to personal digital assistants such as BlackBerry or iPhone for instant access. Organizing your information with Outlook. This book summary offers valuable insights on how to effectively manage information using Microsoft Outlook. The author shares tips on using Outlook's collection points and categories functions to input, synchronize, and manage plans, memos, and other communiques. By keeping your storage areas organized and naming them accordingly, you can categorize and prioritize your objectives and related activities. To make reference easy, Windows Desktop Search can assist in locating data in your reference system. By trimming down your reference points, categorizing your objectives, and dragging in relevant documents to folders and subfolders, you can keep everything current and be more productive in your work and achieve more without getting overwhelmed. The book recommends using a combination of the calendar and the to-do list for prioritizing and planning, as they work together seamlessly and help remind you of what needs to be done. Mastering your action system. Learn how to efficiently manage your ongoing activities and appointments by implementing an integrated management system, IMS. Your action system includes big goals, related projects, strategic next actions, and one-on-one meetings. Use Outlook's calendar to give activities a time-based structure and color code entries for further clarity. The MPS workflow model helps you process and organize information from your collecting points into your action and reference systems. Identify actionable data, link it to specific objectives, and delegate or defer activities accordingly. The 7 processing questions help you prioritize your action categories and generate a superbly organized to-do list in Outlook. Are you struggling to keep track of your daily tasks and appointments? Do you find yourself overwhelmed with information and unsure of how to prioritize your goals? If so, it's time to master your action system. Your action system is the part of your IMS where you monitor and manage ongoing activities and appointments. This system consists of big goals, related projects, strategic next actions, and one-on-one meetings. The key to efficiently managing your action system is to divide information into planning or action, further subdividing planning categories into business or personal objectives and splitting both areas into sections for supporting projects and meetings. Action categories cover the crucial steps toward your goals and subdivide into strategic next actions that you can sort as telephone, computer or internet work, or as desk or homework, errands, or delayed work. The waiting category lists situations where you must linger while someone else finishes a task. The someday maybe category is a place to note activities that might happen later. To give your activities a time-based structure, schedule them in Outlook's calendar. Since the calendar imposes time limits, using it as a planning tool will structure your action program. Make sure your calendar covers habitual, time-consuming, baseline items, like staff meetings, routine reports, email processing, and even exercise. Strictly keep appointments with yourself to do your tasks, from emptying your inbox to working out at the gym. Don't let others interfere with these all-important personal sessions. For further clarity, color code your calendar entries using yellow for major personal projects, red for goal-related business projects, and so on. The MPS workflow model enables you to process and organize information from your collecting points into your action and reference systems. It allows you to make quick, smart decisions on your activities so that you always are moving toward your major goals. To start, screen the information you've collected so you know what you have. Link each element of actionable data to a specific objective. When dealing with a big goal item, plan its supporting projects and identify the next strategic action. If you can do the SNA in 2 minutes, get it done. If not, delegate and track it, or put it on your calendar. Don't take on activities you can't handle. If an activity doesn't relate to a meaningful objective, disengage or renegotiate. To save non-actionable possibilities, stash them in your someday maybe folder. Delete junk and save useful data in your reference system. The MPS workflow model helps you handle information, act on SNAs so you deal with matters as they show up, not when they blow up. Use Outlook's control panel to perform a weekly 3-stage review of your agenda. First, make sure your integrated management system is current. Second, review planning categories to course correct and create SNAs. Finally, prioritize your action categories. Add SNAs to your calendar. This workflow plan lets you complete your collecting points items and generate a superbly organized to-do list in Outlook. In summary, the key to mastering your action system is to implement an integrated management system and efficiently manage ongoing activities and appointments. The MPS workflow model helps you process and organize information, prioritize your goals, and generate a superbly organized to-do list in Outlook. Mastering Email Communication. This book snippet introduces efficient email management skills using the Outlook application. It emphasizes the importance of limiting unnecessary emails by adopting the email pass model and using the 4DS for decision-making to manage emails promptly. The pass model encourages a clear understanding of the purpose of an email, actions required, necessary support, and an apt subject line. Following these rules helps readers improve their communication and productivity skills by enabling them to focus on essential goals.
In conclusion, Take Back Your Power, 10 New Rules for Women at Work, equips you with the tools and strategies you need to become a highly productive individual and align your goals with those of your organization. The MPS cycle of productivity and the integrated management system offer a structured approach to managing your time, projects, and communication. By following these principles, you can effectively combat common productivity barriers like disruptions, shifting priorities, and information overload. With clearer goals, effective planning, and improved organization using Microsoft Outlook, you are now prepared to take a massive leap forward in your personal and professional life, unlocking your true potential.